What up? Welcome into the Swish Masters Podcast. I'm your co-host Zay, the executive producer, and we got a few things on the table today. NBA draft just happened. We got generational prospect and Victor Wembanyama. We got NBA movement. We got trades. We got the Boston Celtics getting big time players. We got the Suns getting big time players. The Warriors getting a big time player. Everywhere, man. It's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy news going on. This is your co-host QtheGuru. Yo, Dillon Brooks is demanding a questionable number for his services to play for his next team. We're gonna react to that. Man, a lot of other NBA rumors. What's going on with Dame Lillard, man? He's meeting with the front office. What does that mean? We'll give our thoughts on that and much more here on the Swish Masters Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
What up? Welcome back to the Swish Masters Podcast. Q, we at the NBA draft, man. New legends to be told. New youngins coming into the league, man. Obviously, we saw one of the biggest prospects ever in Victor going number one. But a lot of action, man. A lot of action for the draft night and a lot of cool moments to experience with these young guys, man.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about this draft so far?
Yo, it was really good to see the draft, man. Shout out to all the players got drafted. Your lives will forever change. Not everyone can say that they played in the NBA. Some of the best talent in the world. So you're officially one of them. Shout out to all y'all. Some highlights from the draft, bro. We saw a pair of twins get drafted again. Yo, since
making history,
man. Back to back, top 5, both of them, man. 4 and 5, well deserved. And of course, we all knew Wemby would go number 1. I feel like that was settled. But one of the questions was who would go number 2, and a lot believe it would have been Scoot, but the Hornets picked up Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
So I know some Hornets fans, if we look on social media, were upset about it. But me personally, I got nothing against that pick. You already have LaMelo Ball there. You already got some good guard play. You need to fill a need, and you need a forward. So Brandon Miller is that. You need scoring. He got you. So, but I understand. But based on what Brandon Miller said, I don't know if y'all heard his comments, but he named his personal GOAT, which is fine, his own personal GOAT, but still, I've never heard anyone say Paul George being the GOAT of anything. And that's no disrespect to Paul George. I like Paul George. I appreciate his service to OKC, man. MVP candidate, one of the best years ever. I enjoyed that season with OKC. But no, greatest of all time. Come on, man. And he backed it up. So I'm like, you know what? Shout out to Brandon for backing it up. But I personally would have lowered your draft stock saying something like that. That's just me. But shout out to him getting drafted, bro.
Shout out to Brandon Miller, man. Hey, I respect the young guy, man. He said, "This is who I'm rolling with, and I'm doubling down on it." But it's so funny, kind of ironic that he went to Michael Jordan's current, soon to be not his team in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. MJ's last pick. For right now. For the foreseeable future, you never know what MJ's going to do next. But he's billions of dollars richer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At least as majority owner.
Right. At least as majority owner, he can buy another team if he wants to.
Easily.
But man, easily. Speaking of that, so I don't know if you saw this, Wemby had to select 5 players to pick to save the world. And honestly, I like where his head is at. So at PG, he had Steph Curry, shooting guard Michael Jordan, small forward LeBron James, power forward Tim Duncan, and center Shaq. I was like, you know what? To pick a team to save the world, I think I agree with his pick, man. That's a solid team. You know what I'm saying? That's how you raise draft stock, Brandon Miller. You know what I'm saying? If that was Brandon Miller's list, he'll have PG at small forward and I don't know shrimp, something shrimp that way.
From Seattle?
I don't know, man.
Yo, I didn't expect you to say that one.
I don't know, man.
Oh man,
I'm just tripping, bro. But yeah, shout out to him for that list, bro. That's one of the best lists I've ever seen, man. So
man, I'll take that 5 against anyone. Almost
anybody, man. It's a good 5. But anyway, so we have to pose this question now. Which player do we think is going to be the most successful in their first season as a rookie? You know, we got multiple candidates here, but what are your thoughts on that?
Definitely a talented group for sure. Top-notch top 3. And I think that a lot of people, like you said, were thinking Scoot Henderson. I think that he's probably the most NBA ready with him having that G League experience. But Wembanyama's whole him as a he himself cheat code, 7'4" guard, he can do everything. And he went to San Antonio, the best arguably one of the best organizations historically in the NBA, one of the greatest coaches of all time. We saw the picture of him with David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Manu Ginobili, the great Tim Duncan. He himself, like I said, cheat code, and he has the best team organization around him. I feel like he's gonna have the keys to the kingdom like really soon. Like there's not much else you can do with him. Only other guy I can think of that like compares, like at least in size, is like Bol, and we saw him. He's gotten some glimpses in Orlando, but I feel like Victor being in San Antonio with what he can do is going to be legit.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. That mentorship around him, that's going to do a lot. He's very lucky, blessed to be in that type of organization with a coach like Pop too. Man, and you're right. He'll immediately have the keys to the franchise. Like he really will. So that's a very good pick. But I'm gonna go with Scoop. Yeah, I think just like you said, a lot of people believe he's the most NBA ready. And you look at his game, he really is. In Portland, with or without Dame, you know, I believe he'll have a very successful year. And by the time the season is over, we will be looking at either Wemby or Scoop for Rookie of the Year. I feel like it'll be a tight race. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know, there's a lot of things that came out recently that I was kind of right about. So y'all just, I don't know, y'all key in a little bit. You know, don't be too surprised, man. So
Q using the guru powers. He's seeing the future, man. He knew stuff. I don't know how he knew it, but he knew it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So yeah, shout out to those two players, man. I think the league's in good hands. I believe this draft right here is gonna be one of the better draft classes that we have in a while. Especially if you look at like these recent years that we had. You know, considering how Ja's going right now and how Zion's going right now. It's pretty rough right now, man. So hopefully these can be like the future stars, you know what I'm saying? So I still, don't get me wrong, I still believe in Ja. I'm still hopeful for Zion, but you know, it's not looking too good right now. It's not the best. It's just not the best.
Situations, man. That's all I'm saying.
Right, exactly. And finally, nugget about this draft. There are some players that fell that you know, that we didn't think will fall according to the various draft boards we've seen. But overall, I feel like all the picks that were made were mostly like team needs. But some players fell into really good situations, like for example, Chris Murray, Keegan Murray's brother, you know, with the Rockets, man. and the Rockets picks that day. I thought the Rockets had a good draft. The Mavericks had a good draft and what they did on draft day. The Wizards, of course, uh, maybe winners of an overall draft, with all their selections and everything they're doing. So, overall, I feel like those are the teams that highlight that had really good selections. I know your team, Miami Heat, had a good selection.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shout out to OKC. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting draft. Next up is Summer League, and we get to see these teams go at it. And I believe Wemby and Brandon are going at it. First game of Summer League. I could be wrong, but yeah, that'd be some good basketball to see.
Definitely. I think Summer League is gonna be aired on NBA TV and ESPN, all the games, and
nice.
It'll be cool, man. So, some good summer run coming.
Looking at the schedule, they're playing Las Vegas, Sacramento, and Salt Lake City.
Solid.
Yep, that's right. Charlotte and San Antonio. They're game 2. So, you can see Brandon Miller and Wemby go at it. So, nice. Good to see. Yeah, league's in good hands, man.
NBA blockbuster summer coming towards you. We got trades, man. We got movement. Kristaps Porzingis, one of the big blockbuster trades so far of the summer, lands with the Boston Celtics. Man, forming that new big 3, JT, JB, KP. It's interesting. Celtics made a big acquisition. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, not only that, like, they had to give up some stuff to get him. So, like, to get a good piece like Kristaps, they had to give up Marcus Smart, who you lose some leadership and some value on the defensive end. This is a recent defensive player of the year at the guard spot, and that's rare to get.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Marcus Smart and his service to the Celtics, man. All the good moments in the bad, man. All the shacking the fools with the flopping. We'll miss all those things, man. So, but shout out to Marcus Smart. But overall, this move does move the needle for me with the Celtics. I think it does move it. In today's league, man, in the East, you have to have a good front court, man. You got to compete, and the depth that the Celtics have now in their front court is one of the best in the East, man. You still got Robert Williams, you still got Al Horford, and now you add on KP. Do they still have was it Hardenstein or something like that? Or I could be thinking somebody else.
No,
they do play for the Knicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. My fault, y'all. So anyway, what I'm basically saying is their front court depth is really good. In the East, where you have the likes of Joel Embiid and Giannis, who are believed to be favorites again in the East. So, man, I think they're good. They're right now currently constructed right now. They should be the favorites in the East as they're currently constructed. We don't know what the Bucks are going to do with Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton. That's in the air. So, yeah. We don't know what James Harden's going to do in Philly. So, yeah. So it's currently constructed. The Celtics would like to be the top contenders in the East.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Kristaps helps them. Coming off of a really good season in Washington, one of his healthier seasons, probably since New York. 23 a game, rebounds, blocks. He's gonna add that to the repertoire, and definitely add some scoring. Help take the a little bit of a load off of Tatum and Brown for sure. But for me, I don't think it moves them into the favorite contender. Obviously, they're going to compete for a championship. That's what they do. But I got to look at what they lost and Smart and Marcus Smart. The Celtics already had like a slight issue at the point guard, playmaker, floor general spot with Marcus Smart kind of being a makeshift point guard. No disrespect to him. He's a great playmaker. He was making timely shots for him. Obviously, his defensive presence, veteran leadership, toughness, all that stuff is important. And I feel like that type of energy and that type of role is something that this Celtics team needs. And with that being gone, they still have a kind of a void to fill with point guard playmaker. Is it going to be Brogdon? Is it going to be Peyton Pritchard? Are they going to go out and get another like playmaker? Because we've seen over the past couple of seasons when it's time for playoffs and Tatum has a lot of pressure on him, trying to make plays for other guys and scored. Jaylen Brown, same thing. They need someone really to be able to come in and take the head and be able to generate, offense for everyone else for them so they can get those easy buckets when it comes to the playoffs. You're not looking like, all right, here you go ISO, go get a bucket. You can do that certain times in a game, especially when you got it going, but if you play like that 48 minutes and in the playoffs and you just even like into this long season, it gets old and teams pick up on it. So to me, that's going to be an issue. But I definitely think I do like the overall acquisition. Just doesn't move them over the threshold for me.
That's a good point about the playmaking. That's another aspect that's lost. Because we saw late in the season, that was mostly Marcus Smart's responsibility. I know we've seen Jaylen Brown. He didn't prove to be the best at that. Even this season before with Jason Tatum didn't prove to be the best with that. So they need to find a bona fide playmaker, man. They need to find one.
Yeah.
And me personally, who I think would have been the perfect fit is probably CP3. Me personally. He wouldn't have to do much. Just worry about playmaking. He's one of the best at it of all time. But, too late for that now. But, yeah, man. But you're right about that. That's a good point. And to go back to Marcus Smart, he is now with the Grizzlies. As you know, Ja Morant is suspended 25 games. That is a lot of games. That can kind of help make or break your season if you're a basketball squad. So, I feel like Marcus Smart kind of fills the void a little bit in that. Although I do like Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
And no, he's on to the Wizards now in this trade as well. This is a 3-team trade with the Celtics, the Grizzlies, and the Wizards. Tyus went to the Wizards. Marcus Smart went to the Grizzlies, and of course KP went to the Wizards. KP went to the Celtics. I think there's some other role players involved in that, right? But,
yeah.
But still, those are the key players though that we're looking at. But I believe Marcus Smart is like a culture setter. And that's really what Memphis needs right now. They need to change that culture or whatever's going on right now. I know a lot of people are blaming Dillon Brooks for it, but clearly it's some deeper stuff going on, man. They need veteran leadership. Marcus Smart is one of the best doing that. So, especially when you listen to how people talk about what he does post games and how he talks, how he speaks, so he should really help that squad out. And that should help keep Memphis afloat while Ja is absent. And if Ja is open to it, that's a good veteran to listen to. So, not only Ja, but like all those young players in that Grizzlies locker room. So, should be good. If he does fill that void. I like the move that Memphis did.
For sure. I like the addition of Marcus Smart for sure because he brings that type of grit and grind, if you know, so to speak, with what is like Memphis culture. They kind of need to bring that toughness back. We've been hearing about the Josh situation for a long time, and obviously everyone said it. You need veteran leadership. It's a young team, and you bring in a guy like Marcus Smart, who's, like you said, culture setter, who's going to play tough. He's going to challenge his teammates. He's going to make them better in a lot of ways, not just as basketball players, but just as people. So I think that's a really good move by the Grizzlies. And it's kind of weird, but similar to Tony Allen in a way. If you look at their careers, Tony Allen started off with the Celtics. Actually, started off at Oklahoma State, just like Marcus Smart. Went to the Celtics, just like Marcus Smart. Got traded to the Grizzlies, like Marcus Smart. So, very tough, defensive-minded guard, leadership, outspoken. You know what I mean? Like, really good pickup. So, I think it's gonna be a good fit, man.
Yeah, should be a really good fit. I'm definitely excited about it, bro.
Oh yeah. Then the other guys in the trade include Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, coming from the Celtics, going to the Wizards. Grizzlies sent Tyus Jones to the Wizards as well. And a couple of draft picks. You got the 2024 first round pick going to Celtics, along with a number 35 pick in this year's draft going to the Celtics. I mean, going to the Wizards from the Celtics.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. Yeah.
Some moves made, and
we'll
see how it goes.
True. Tyus is a very capable guard. He's surely capable of starting. So the Wizards have a really good player there. Just that Wizards are just, man, Michael. That dude just set it off over there, man. He's doing what he needs to do. Full rebuild, but good luck to him in that situation. I really like Tyus as a player. I feel like he can help teams that are ready to kind of win, or or at least make that playoff push. Right now, I don't think the Wizards are like doing that right now. Full rebuild mode, so I kind of hope he gets out of there somewhere. I don't know. As far as the Celtics go too, D Rose is a free agent, so I know we're talking about guard play, playmaking. D Rose, maybe. There's some other guards out there. You got James Harden still a free agent. Russell Westbrook still a free agent. I don't know. We got to talk about all the free agents out there at some point, but those are just some of the many that are out there. And Celtics do need to fill that gap, man, to be, like you said, like surefire. But I still see them as like favorites despite that. I still think they get it done.
It's fair. I mean, solid team, man. Conference finals past couple of years.
Right. Yeah. We'll see. All right, and another trade that we saw during this NBA offseason, which is, again, this is just a start of the NBA offseason, y'all. It's just that crazy. We talked about previously that, CB3 will probably get traded again. And he did get traded again by the Wizards to the Warriors. Now, we did cover on our podcast that there was a possibility that he will probably go to the Warriors, because the Warriors did pursue Chris Paul when Chris Paul was still a member of the Phoenix Suns. Now, we both argue like we don't see that really working well, but we will just have to see. And apparently they really wanted Chris Paul. Like, they really wanted Chris Paul. So now the Warriors have Chris Paul playing alongside Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. If we don't know the stats about Draymond Green right now, but they still do have Andrew Wiggins. But they are now without the services of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is now a Washington Wizard. Zay, are there any additional trade details? from that trade.
Definitely, man. In that trade, the Wizards acquired 2030 protected first round pick and a 2027 second rounder to the Wizards. Wizards are stockpiling these draft picks, man.
That's
also included. Let me see. Make sure I got this right. So it's kind of muddy with that Washington trade because CP. The trajectory is that he went from Phoenix to Washington to Golden State. So separate trades, by the way, but
yeah.
Washington has their hands in all of the draft picks. They just grabbing them all. So they got pick swaps from 2024 to 2030, basically. It's pretty insane. And I think there were a couple other role players that I just lost, but
got you. But those picks that the Warriors gave up are significant because that Jordan Poole contract is significant. You know, as you all remember, Jordan Poole signed for an extension last summer.
Yeah.
Now this season didn't go as well as we all predicted for Jordan Poole, but there's some factors that went along with that. Precisely, more specifically, the punch that went viral and that everybody saw. Now, at the end of the season, we saw that did play a role in the postseason. You know, after all this time, you know, Draymond's trying to talk up Jordan Poole in the playoff game. Jordan Poole is basically ignoring Draymond. Steph criticizes Jordan Poole. He talks to Draymond Green. And now we see the results of all this, man. You know, at certain points, you just gotta, I don't know, man. Your championship is online. You're trying to defend your title. But that clearly still being an issue doesn't help team chemistry at all.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't help. So, I mean, I do feel for Jordan Poole. I don't know the whole details about what happened. I don't know. I don't remember all the details, bro. But whatever it was, y'all did not get over it. So now we see him going. I believe Jordan Poole can like average 25 a game with the Wizards. A whole new start is probably what's best for him at this point. So yeah, good luck. You playing with Tyus Jones. You got some young players over there with the Wizards.
For sure. They got some young players and many young players to come.
That's a whole lot of young players to come.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation that's not the best, but you know,
make the best of what you have.
Yeah, you're still getting paid. So still getting paid. And he is a champion.
That's a good point. Yeah, he is a champion.
He is a champion. So
hey, I mean, honestly, it kind of works out if you're not really comfortable or you're not really gelling with your teammates anymore. You got to make the move. And I think the Warriors just made that smart business move. They kind of gave up some youth for the purpose of winning now. Adding Chris Paul, obviously a veteran Hall of Fame point guard. Giving up, obviously, Jordan Poole. They gave it. I found those players: Ryan Rollins, Patrick Baldwin Jr., some other young players from the Warriors. So they're giving up some youth for that.
That compromises their future a lot, honestly. Jordan Poole would seem to be like, that dude to step, after Steph, you know what I'm saying? Or to take the reins as Steph, like ages. It's tough, man. It's like you're really making that decision to win now when it doesn't really move the needle for me, man. This Chris Paul trade, it really doesn't. I would have rather they traded Jordan Poole. It's tough because his trade value went down in that postseason, so that's why you had to include those picks. So, but still, I would have rather them got something in the front court to help them. A big man, something, a wing, something like that.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is moving the needle a lot for me. And how's Chris Paul going to do? We both mentioned it in the previous podcast that CP3 may have to come off the bench to be successful in the future because of his injury history and how he's getting older. But with this Warriors team here, you know how they like to move. This is a constant motion offense. CP3 is used to playing the slower pace in the half court. Will Steve Kerr adjust for CP3? I don't know.
It's a clunky fit right now as we see it. It'll be exciting to see how they work it out. But overall, it's just kind of ironic that they're in this situation, coming off a championship just in 2022, and now basically trade away your youth, adding a primary ball handler who's older. Respect the CP3, but he's older and he's just not. The style of play is different, and the funniest thing is that Mike Dunleavy Jr., new GM for new executive for the Warriors, coming in after Bob Myers.
Yep.
You know, he had the statement about, we plan on keeping Jordan around for a few years or whatever it was, and a couple days later he was out of there. I'm just like, dang, cold world out here, but hey, you got to make the tough moves, man. I don't know. I got to shout out my younger brother. He's a Warriors resident fan, and he's also not happy about the youth of Jordan Poole being gone, but it is what it is. It really just depends, man. What's Draymond going to do? Draymond is a big part of this team, his presence and his playmaking, energy. It matters. So,
yeah.
Want to see where that's going to go. And then if he's on board and they still have assets, they can use Kuminga. They have Looney.
Still got Moody.
If they add pieces or they make some other moves, if once we get to mid-season, we'll see how this trade. We can reevaluate it. But as of right now, I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, same, man. And the report came out today with Draymond that, he's exploring options with other teams. Which, me personally, I don't blame him. If he's trying to maximize the bag, go ahead. But the Warriors have a strong belief that they can retain him. But if they do not retain Draymond Green, and how that roster looks right now with limited cap moves you can make, because CB3's salary is up there. Steph Curry, Clay is up there. Yes, Clay, and he's due for a big contract again. So It's like, the Warriors are in a very tough spot, and it sucks. But this team just won the championship. It's find your team in this state. It's difficult, man. That is a GM job that is hard. But as long as you have Steph Curry, though, you should feel good, But still, it's a tough job right now.
Very tough. That's just how this league works, man. One day you're up, and the next day you're trying to put the pieces back together. It's crazy. So, I would not be in the NBA executive suite, man. It's tough.
Last thing about this CP3 thing, man. CP3 does say he's excited about playing with the Warriors, and he's excited to help them win some games. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, I feel like CP3 and Steph are rivals to a certain degree, man. These are rivals now playing on the same team. It's not to the degree where it's like, Russ and Beverly were playing on the same team. It's not that level. It's not that level of like animosity or anything. But still, Chris Paul has been eliminated by Steph early on. You know what I'm saying? When CP3 was with the Clippers, and when he was with the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? This is a team he's always had to go up against, man. With Steph Curry, and Steph Curry, one of the best highlights from Steph Curry, bro, was when he was crossing CP up, bro. And I just wonder in practice it's gonna be like, bro, when I crossed you up, Bro, that was one of that highlight, bro. Man, that was nasty, bro. But still, just I'm just wondering how that's gonna be, man. And him and Steve Kerr, like how's that gonna be, man?
The laughing in his face, then turn around. Oh yeah, that was hilarious, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of history between CP and his team outside of them being one now. It's gonna be funny, but
Because I can make an argument if they got past the Warriors, the Clippers could have probably made a championship run by now. Because
they should have made a championship run. Those teams were very good.
They were, and they were favored to win. Right now, y'all, if y'all not know, you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about these were baby Warriors, man. These ain't the Warriors as we know them now. This is before Steph made that leap, So,
oh yeah.
But man, anyway, good luck. I'm looking forward to see the moves they make. But the next move they need to do is try to keep Draymond. That's about it. Say we've had the trade that's still kind of like one of the highlight trades of the offseason so far, really. Bradley Beal is now a member of the Phoenix Suns, and they're still ironing out the trade details, and some new trade details came out. And you got them for us.
Yeah, man. So Bradley Beal moving on to the Valley, joining KD and Devin Book. And like I said, the Wizards have been on a tear in these draft picks, man. So that initial trade with Bradley Beal obviously included Chris Paul. Along with Chris Paul, that was Landry Shamet. 4 first-round picks, 2024, 2026, 28, and 30. 6 second-round picks, 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. From the Suns as part of the deal for Bradley Beal. Man, one team has 7 years of future. The other team, you don't have a lot of say in the next 7 years, and that's alarming to me. But to each his own. They got Bradley Beal though, so.
Bro. To mortgage your future like this, man.
That's a lot of pressure, bro.
Exactly. So now with all this, since these trade details came out, we got to reevaluate what we originally said, man. To mortgage your future like this, the pressure to win now for the Suns is that much higher. That much higher.
Higher.
And not even to mention that. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do about depth.
That's
one of my
main
main
a big
issues
part of
too.
this.
Yes. So depth, injury concerns. Devin Booker has some injury concerns last year. Of course, KD has his issues now and then. DeAndre Ayton is a question mark because we have questions about his attitude, really, and if he wants to really play. Now, Monty Williams is gone, so I'm not sure what the whole issue was. Was it really just Monty, or is there some other stuff on the team? But the Suns were rumored to be looking to trade him, and now they're not. The report came out that they're officially not wanting to trade DeAndre. We'll see. But as it stands right now, that's the team. Beal, Booker, KD, Aiden. You can try to re-sign Campaign because you have his bird rights, but that's essentially your team. And I know this team is not going to play 48 minutes a night. You know what I'm saying? You have to do something. Are you going to get some vets to come in or some young players come in on minimum deals that are undrafted? But is that what you're going to do?
There's a report that came out today, actually, about that.
What?
So the Suns are holding workouts for free agents. Some of those names that came up, you'll never guess who.
Oh, yeah.
So Suns are planning on working out Stanley Johnson,
Okay.
and I think we haven't heard in a good while.
He had a good run with the Lakers two years ago.
Stanley for sure. I'm talking about another guy that's
okay.
I haven't heard from in a couple seasons, but I know he's been around, but he ain't been playing like that. But Jabari Parker, bro. Jabari Parker. We have I was a fan of Jabari Parker coming out of high school, coming to Duke and everything, but he obviously had a up and down career with injury, bro.
Injuries, man. Hey, that's the only thing that derailed his career.
That's about all the Suns can do, bro. They can work out some veteran minimum free agents and these guys like this and try to add to the team.
Hey, otherwise, maybe y'all can play for the Suns, man. They're holding workouts. Reach out to the Suns, man. They need all the help that they can get.
Man.
Yo.
Hey.
I ain't heard that name in a while, though, man. If Jabbar can do that and have like a comeback, that's literally all they can do. That's their hope. That's a good point, man. Go ahead, reach out to IT.
Lance Stevenson.
It's Lance Stevenson. All these old heads. Is Trevor Ariza retired? Is he done? I mean, reach out to Trevor.
Bro, you gotta add the talent somewhere. You can't do it through the draft in the next few years, so you gotta
keep doing this, and they gotta keep doing this for the next couple of years until they trade someone.
Melo, you sure you want to retire? Hey, you can come to Phoenix, bro. You can come off the bench.
I'm retired. Going back to this Phoenix, man. They can run again the chip. So, and that's crazy.
It's wild, bro.
KD
is very, very wild right now in Phoenix.
Yo, I just hope this is not another net situation, bro.
Bro, it's already looking like that, though.
It is.
It's already looking like that.
I hope it's not, though, man, because this would mean that would set up a narrative for KD that I would not like for him to have. But I'm gonna wait to see when it's all said and done first. But you know, they have to win. You have to win now.
Kind of do now, yeah.
But are you favored to win? No, not in the West, dude. The
are they fine in the West?
Nope, not at all, man. Yo, that team. That's tough.
Yeah, man. I definitely think this adds a lot of stress, a lot of pressure to the core of Phoenix right now. And obviously they know what they are here to do, trying to go win, but organization is I guess trying to work with them, but it I don't know. Well, we'll see if they can add the right pieces, but they gotta go deep on a treasure hunt to find the right guys and make it work for the salary cap. Barkley,
I'm retired.
Oh,
Charles.
Oh man,
need your help?
Man, hey, go find somebody, bro.
Yeah, there's some good players. We seen them in Miami, man. Y'all have some players on y'all squad that can really help the team. So y'all, but I trust y'all staff more.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone can't do that. Everyone can't do what Miami does. It's a different beat.
Scouts are different in Miami, bro. Like, it's tough. There's a certain amount of scouts team that I trust in the NBA, bro. Like, I trust Miami Heat. I believe OKC. I believe we got a really good scouting team, but the young talent we get. But yo, it does not work out like that for most of these NBA teams. So, good luck, man. I just hope I hope they find some success this season, man. If not, it's gonna be bad.
They have to, for sure.
John Collins is on the move. We know it's been rumored about his being unhappy there for a minute, him wanting to be traded. He literally requested a trade during the season, and now he's gone. John Collins is now going to the Jazz, and Atlanta is getting Rudy Gay and a future second-round pick two things about this. One, it says something about your value if you trade it for. Don't get me wrong, I like Rudy Gay, but this is like an older veteran player at this point, and he should be able to help the Hawks to some degree as a veteran. And a second round pick though. John Collins' value is definitely dropped the past couple years, man. So that's number one. Number two, you want to get out of there. I'm not sure you're in a better situation now. You're playing with Utah. Young team. They looked good at the beginning of the season. We were very impressed. They were at the top of our power rankings, like the first part of the season.
Yeah.
Last season. Yeah. But the Jazz, man, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on this trade, bro?
I mean, the only positive I could say is for John Collins. He's not in Atlanta. He's not with the Hawks anymore. And this is no disrespect to Rudy Gay at all. Like you said, he's a veteran. We know what Rudy Gay has done over his career. To me, he should have been an all-star back in his prime.
True.
And obviously got kind of derailed with Achilles injury, stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like Atlanta just kind of was like, all right, we'll see you out. They didn't really go after any kind of significant. I get I would have seen if you do Rudy Gay, and I don't think they would have gave up Laurie or anything like that, but
nah,
I would have tried to get maybe 2 or 3 players for Collins, like a little package type deal. But no, they just were like, we'll take Rudy Gay and a second round pick.
That tells you the amount of offers that were out there. Like literally nothing. They just really wanted to get rid of John Collins, man. That's what that tells me. Because that's not really much value. Like, who won the trade? I would say easily that the Jazz won the trade. Like, you're getting a player who I believe has a lot of upside, and him playing alongside Markkanen and Walker Kessler. Should be good. I hope I said, did I say his name right? That center for the Jazz?
Walker Kessler, I think you said it right.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, I hope I didn't say his name wrong. Yeah, I said it right, yeah. He was he was at the event, All-Star break, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
He was solid.
Yeah, he's solid. I think he's a good, solid center, man. A lot of potential, I think, so. Yeah. But I don't really see Jazz going much anywhere. They can play Markkanen at the 3 or the 4. And John can be at the... John is mostly known as a 4. I always see him going down to a 3, so I guess Markkanen be at the 3, Collins at the 4.
Or the Jazz could be rerouting him somewhere else,
Yo, that's all you could get for him. Who else would want him?
Maybe he becomes part of another package. Who knows?
I guess for these teams that I don't know. There are some teams that are in dire straits of trying to get some players. We talked about the Suns.
Could buy him out. I don't know.
Buy him
crazy,
out.
bro.
I mean, that's tough. They buy him out. It's just that you're not getting the value for his contract right now. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Now, you used to a couple years ago when he was trending in that direction, but ever since, I just have to believe if he's in a different environment, then he'll play better. That's what I want to believe, but yo,
I think sometimes, like you said, it's all about getting a fresh start, and we've heard his name in trade rumors for literally at least 3 seasons.
Yes,
but I mean, and that's hard. As you trying to go out there and do your job, and everybody's like, trade him. We're hearing his name. I thought for sure he's going to San Antonio 2 years ago at least, and never happened. So I'm sure that kind of plays a part in it, and everything that happened over the past season with Trey and Coach McMillan, DeJounte having his moments. It's a lot. So I think I'm happy for John. I think this could be good for him. He could kind of do other things, reinvent himself in a way, maybe, and maybe this works out for him. But it's not really a trade that is a needle threader in any means for any team, for either team, I guess.
Right, yeah. Both teams are expected to be mostly similar positions. Like, again, like you said, it doesn't really move the needle for the Hawks.
Yeah.
It doesn't really move the needle for the Jazz. If anything, for me, I feel like it decreases the Hawks for a degree because you need someone to fill that front court, you know? Like, you didn't get a player to fill that front court position. I mean, no, technically
start.
and Rudy's not a player that would start, right? So you have to do something else to find. And Rose did report that Atlanta is making moves, you know. They're in deal mode, right? So we'll see what they can do. But that situation does not look good for Atlanta Hawks, which is a team that, again, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 seasons ago. Not 3 years ago, but like 3 seasons ago now, probably. And to be this, a fringe playoff team is not good.
Not a good look.
And what does that say about Trae Young? And it's not looking good.
Yeah, he's got to come back and have a big season. Got to show that he's still Ice Trae.
Right. It's funny, not only him, but Luka too, man. Like, I remember we were going to say, like, the future will tell who won that draft day trade. Right now, not a team is looking good. Mavericks not looking good right now. Hawks not looking good right now. Oh, speaking of Hawks, you know, we talked about Christian Wood, right? That'll be a perfect replacement. Possibly an upgrade to me with the Hawks.
Did he play there before, or
that was Houston? So. That was Houston. He played with Houston before.
Okay.
And
I remember seeing Reid.
Yeah, I wish Houston kept him, but like, you know, I still think Christian Wood can be a valuable asset. Just use some good trainers around him. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see the moves the Hawks make.
In other news, man, we have potential moves and offers being made. One of those being Philadelphia's Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris over me. Shout out to Jimmy Butler, but yeah, Tobias Harris potentially may be on the move. Been kind of getting shopped around by the Sixers. Maybe, trying to get a package for him. Obviously, we know Tobias Harris is a good player, but some people, and very important people, think that he's worth a lot more than he's being valued at. And that person being his own dad, Terrell Harris. I got a quote from Mr. Harris here. I want to read it out to y'all. He says, personally, this is in reference to does he think his son is being used properly in Philadelphia? Is Tobias Harris being used properly? So he said, personally, I don't think so. The reason I say that, well, Tobias is an assassin scorer. I mean, they can't stop him. Nobody in the league can stop him. So he's proven that over his career, even when he was with the Clippers, he was an assassin scorer. And then LA traded him because they got too good. So they traded him to the Sixers. Ever since the Sixers, they put him in the corner.
No disrespect, man. No disrespect, bro. I like Tobias Harris. Man. There could be some truth in there that I do believe there could be some truth in there that Philly isn't using him right. I do believe and fully agree with that, but the term assassin scorer, bro. KD isn't an assassin scorer to me. Devin Booker proved in the playoffs that he's an assassin scorer, bro. Like, there are certain players in the league that can have that title. To me, I don't think Tobias Harris as an assassin scorer. I believe he can do a lot of things for you. I believe he can be a 3-level scorer. But he's had chances to prove that he can be that dude, but he hasn't really fared well so far. That's my thoughts on the assassin scorer piece. I don't know. But the fact that Philly is shopping him around, that's tough. Because I think that's a valuable asset. And I feel like they should be able to keep him. But if you're not going to use him properly, go ahead and move him. But I would like to believe that Nick Nurse will use him effectively, though. You know?
Yeah.
So I would like to see how it looks under Nick Nurse's system first before trading him.
For sure. I think, like we were just talking about earlier, sometimes you need a sort of a fresh start. That doesn't always mean you need to go to a new team. But like you said, Nick Nurse is a new coach. Obviously, they've had Doc Rivers in Philly past couple of seasons, and it didn't produce for him the way they would have liked. It didn't get them the results. And Tobias Harris kind of became like his dad said, he was in the corner. He was like the fourth option after James Harden, after Maxey, after Embiid, right?
Right.
And to me, I think I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say he's an assassin scorer. I'm not gonna put him, like you said, at a Kate. No, like he's got the similar. He's got some similarities. He got mid-range game. He can shoot it. He can get to the basket. He's tall. He's long.
Exactly.
Like
he can score.
I like him.
Passes, man. Yeah.
For sure. I like Tobias Harris a lot. I don't think he was being utilized the right way in Philly.
Right.
Do I think he can be a guy that gets you 20, let's just say 25 a game? At this point in his career, I don't know. Can he get you a solid 15, 18? I could see that. He could probably get more than that if he's in the right place or right situation, right coaching, right, scheme, whatever. Like you said, maybe that could be something with Nick Nurse. I think he could maybe he can unlock it a little bit more. Doc, speaking of Doc, he had some comments a couple weeks back, but about Harden and everything. That whole situation is another thing, but I feel like Philly. I agree. I don't think Philly's utilizing him properly, and he could probably be better somewhere else. But they have a new coach, and I don't think they want to really break up this team. I think they want to bring Harden back. They want to try to run it back and get better. So we'll see how it goes. But I definitely think that he's an elite scorer. I wouldn't put him as an assassin scorer exactly, but he's elite for sure.
Yeah. And the fact that what they were trying to get him for. That was kind of, that's something to me. Like they wanted some outrageous packages in return for Tobias Harris, which is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to me. For example, for Cleveland, the team has asked for Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and a draft pick for Tobias Harris. Overstating your value, overestimating your value. That is an example of that. No way would Cleveland ever do that trade. Yo, even,
not both of your bigs, not your Twin Towers,
and a pick. No, I'll consider a pick maybe, and maybe one of my players, but I would definitely try to keep both of those players if I'm Cleveland. Like I feel like those are core players for your team. But with that aside, though, I don't know what they'll get for Tobias Harris. It's definitely not an outrageous package like that. But you can get something, maybe a pick or two. But that's about it. Nothing outrageous like that. And if you want to win now, you're probably better off just keeping them than getting some draft picks.
Yeah, they definitely are in win now mode. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not giving up two of my best players, two of my starters, and a pick. That's kind of
exactly in my front court. No,
that's a little outlandish for sure. That's a little ambitious, but I don't know. Even then, like I'm just looking at that specific trade scenario, for example. But you give up Mobley, you give up Jared Allen,
yep,
and then you send them to Philly with Embiid, and you got three basic power forward / centers that can start anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't understand that logic exactly, unless they were like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Injury concerns maybe for Embiid. I don't know.
You gonna move one of those guys to the bench?
I personally wouldn't, but I was thinking that I guess the only person that would go to the bench is Allen. Or what? Mobley maybe? Because what you gonna do to play all three?
That's crazy.
The best bet is to put Mobley at the 3, and then Embiid. Can you see Embiid as a power forward? He'll dominate whoever he's going against. And Jerry Allen at the center.
I don't know if Mobley is ready to guard smaller threes on the perimeter like that. I think he's versatile, but I don't know if he's ready to.
Yeah, that's why I put him there, because he's the most out of those 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know why we talking. This is not going to happen. But you're right. For Philly though, why would you do that? Unless you have to bring one of them off the bench. And it'll have to be Jerry Allen, because Embiid is the guy. So
yeah, for sure.
Even then, that wouldn't move the needle. I don't know. Philly, I'm ready to see what Philly's gonna do.
For sure.
But that's not it. That's not gonna get it done.
In other NBA news, we got a little bit of action here. Reid signing back with the Timberwolves, a new 3-year, $42 million deal with the player option. Shout out to Reid. Really good big man. I was eyeing him. I was hoping he'd go to the Heat, but staying with the Timberwolves. So shout out to Reid for that. Other NBA news, man, we still got some, free agent names. What's Kyrie gonna do? Fred VanVleet opted out. Other big news that came out: Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
He is being eyed by the Rockets. That could be a potential move. We'll see. I know a lot of Brooklyn fans want him to come back to Brooklyn, so see where it goes. James Harden, we're still trying to figure out if he's gonna re-sign with the Sixers or not. Dillon Brooks, man. This was an interesting one. We all know his situation with the Grizzlies this past season. By no means is he going back there, apparently. But he's seeking a new contract, man. And he's asking for an interesting number for a player of his caliber. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. He's asking for $12.4 billion, which is above the mid-level exception here. So, yep, that's what he's asking for.
Per year?
Good point. I believe it's per year, because that would be way too low. It's like over a course of a couple of years or whatever. That's too low.
$12.4 million a year for Dillon Brooks. Is it worth it? Is he gonna add true value? He's gonna bring the antics. That's a question mark for me. But go ahead, man. OKC, sign you a good boy, good guy, and Dillon Brooks, man. Go ahead, add him in there.
We'll see. He's averaged like about $11.7 million over his previous contract. So it makes some sense that he want to raise, but he wants more than $12.4 million. So he still wants a big contract somewhere.
That'll be interesting. I want to see where he goes for sure. But
yeah, well, we can talk more about that. But there's some other news though.
In other news, we all are wondering what time it is in Portland. Is it still Dame time? Because apparently today, Dame had a meeting with the Blazers to figure this thing out. The rumors are that Dame is not looking to. We're not sure what he's wanting to do in Portland, obviously, and it's looking like he may actually move. Will he go somewhere? We don't know yet, but got the meeting today, so maybe later this week we will be talking about a different story, man. But me personally, you know what it is. Let me bring this Will Smith up real quick. Miami time, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, Zay's referencing that Dame was playing Miami. Dame was playing Miami on his IG Live, the song by Will Smith. So
Yeah.
teasing us, man. Jimmy Butler was playing Dame's song, posted that. Like, you know, it's some stuff coming on out here, man. And the fact that he's meeting with the team today, it's not the best news in the world that you wait a couple days after the draft, by the way, to talk to your team. That's already not looking good. So, and again, Portland did try to trade that pick, but I believe it was the Nets declined the offer. Portland wanted to try to get Mikal Bridges, like Dame wanted, but the Nets said no go. So you might as well draft the best prospect, and it was Scoot Henderson at that point. So that's what more can you do? So they're having me to talk about the franchise and its future. This is according to Chris Haynes, who's reported it. So we'll see. And Dame also apparently says that he doesn't want to be on the stacked team. He says he doesn't want to be on a team with 3 superstars or all-stars, you know. So what does that mean? You take it as you will. But me personally, it just kind of going both sides. It could mean that he just really wants Portland to have a chance. And it could be encouraging if you're a Portland fan that, yo, we just try to get some help. We'll be fine. We can keep Dame. It could also mean that Dame really wants to go, but he doesn't want to go to an overall stacked team. So a team like Phoenix is probably out the question. For sure. Mm-hmm. That's definitely out the question. So that makes maybe a team like Miami more realistic, which is, he said that verbally. So the teams that he said were teams that weren't really stacked, you know? So, yeah. We'll definitely see what Dame does.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
I'm in it, man. Dame sweepstakes. Here we come.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. So news may break sometime. We'll see, and when it does, we'll react to it. You know, and Swish Masters will react to it, and we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, Q will be using his guru powers for good.
If I want to make a prediction, though. I mean, based on what Portland did, for example, can you imagine the Celtics got Kristaps Porzingis, right? That's a move. It's something, right? And we all agree that Portland needs to improve their front court. Nurkic isn't it, bro. Just saying. We've had a couple years with him. It's not working out. Like, even making a move like that shows some faith to your superstar. Y'all didn't do that. So, just saying. There are some players and moves out there that you can make. You're just not doing it. So, honestly, it's probably best for Portland to rebuild anyway. You got a good young core to start with. You got Simons, you got Shaedon Sharpe. Now you got Scoot Henderson. That's a good young core. Go ahead and keep going with it. Rebuild. Trade Dame for even more pieces. If this Bradley Beal stuff, 10 picks for that trade, imagine what you can get for Dame, man. So, like, I say the best move, go ahead and trade Dame. And you probably want to make your superstar happy, so you may not get as much because Miami, I'm not sure y'all can even give up that many picks, But I can see Dame in Miami, man. I believe Dame's gonna give him a list, and the team that produces the most assets, they'll get Dame. My only concern about y'all getting them is that I'm not sure y'all have enough assets. Y'all having young players, like, are y'all willing to give up Hero? Based on what I last read, y'all weren't. So, that's probably gonna be the deal breaker right there.
We'll see. If I was at the helm, I trust in Pat. I trust in the team, man.
I'm predicting Dame's gonna be on another team, though, probably. If I had to choose, he's probably gonna be on another team.
I think it's time, bro. Like you said, the Blazers have not had the the right type of run to be able to get where Dame is trying to get to, and sometimes the wind of change comes through. So
yeah,
I don't see why not. Could be the right thing to do.
Yep. And to wrap up this conversation, I know you mentioned Dillon Brooks earlier too. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Bucks are going to do. You got to try to keep Chris Middleton. What does that mean? Opting out of $40 million? That could either mean two things. One, you want to restructure, give the Bucks some relief maybe, and do a cheaper deal to help the team get more assets, or does he want even more money? Which is rough. I mean, this isn't an all-star we're talking about. So I mean, he can get it. It's tough.
Yeah.
And going to Dillon Brooks, I don't know, man. Clearly, our team will pay that. He just has to play for a team on cheap deal and build up his stock. That's what you gotta do at this point. You flamed out in the playoffs, bro. Just the facts, man. Your value is down right now, so you gotta be on some team that'll take you, build your value, and then go after the bag again. Do a 1 year short term deal, and then go on, make some money after that. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
I definitely can't see him going up in salary based on his current status as a player, reputation. We already know how that kind of precedes him in ways, but
it's not good.
It's not very good, but if he gets an opportunity at any level, he has to take it and make the most of it. And you know, even if you take I say take a 1 year deal somewhere, even if it's not like, you know, a big substantial contract, and you work for it, you earn yourself a bigger contract, because right now, I don't know if teams can trust you. That's the biggest thing. It's not like statistically or you can't see what he does on the court. Like, we know what he can do, but can he stay focused, and will he produce at a high level? Can he add to a team's value and what they're trying to do as far as their goals? So
yeah, it's a label. He has a reputation of being a distraction right now. That's all it is. And even how you ended the season, bro. You didn't do your pressers. You didn't do the interviews. That doesn't look good. And those are job requirement stuff.
And the Grizzlies came out with a statement, said he will not be back by any means. They said, no, not you. You out of here. We pack your bags. Stay on the curb, bro.
Yo,
back up.
They did say
30
that.
minutes.
I forgot.
They evicted that man straight up. I'm like,
straight up, bro. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, good luck to all those players we talked about. Yeah, we'll keep monitoring this dang situation, though.
For sure. Quick shout out, final swish. You know, I gotta shout out Aliyah Boston, man. Making some history, first rookie in the WNBA to make the All-Star starting squad since 2014. She's been doing her thing for the Fever. Super excited about the future, and I'm glad to see her representing the Fever. Reminded me of young Tamika Catchings and such back in Indiana. But yeah, man, she's been hooping, and I'm looking forward to the WNBA All-Star game. Brittany Griner's back. It's gonna be fun, bro.
Good final switch, man. Mine's shout out to Chet Holmgren. He's back, looking good, looking a lot healthier. And the report is saying that he should be ready for Summer League, which is cool, by the way. I'm glad you got back, but still don't play as many summer games as you did last summer, man. That's where the issue started. So don't play as many. Take your time. Be slow about it. gradually get back into the game shape. Take your time, man. We need you this season, bro, because OKC we defied expectations. We can go only gonna go up from here. So yeah, shout out to Chet. OKC, y'all do y'all thing. Take your time. See where we go from there.
Solid.
So yeah, thank y'all for tuning into the podcast. We appreciate y'all support. We see y'all subscribe and keep on doing it. A lot of y'all viewing the videos and stuff and the clips, bro. But some of y'all ain't subscribing. Come on, you can go ahead and subscribe to whatever podcast method you listen to. Leave some comments. Let us know what you think. Yeah, that's all. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you.
100%. Keep it real. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on. We got videos coming. We got NBA news. We got everything, man. So Swish Masters Podcast, your home for hoops. We are here. We're ready. Join us. Join us, Swish Gang. We appreciate it. Appreciate y'all and enjoy this hot summer, man.
Peace.